that most of what the president plans to have for this country involves budget allocations. It involves setting aside hefty amounts of funds. And when we look at our environment of corruption and all that, so it becomes a very big question how these monies are going to be monitored so that the real beneficiaries get to benefit from these monies, and then there's also prudent use of the same. If you look at the Hustler Fund, a whole 50 billion is going to be set aside, and then you imagine our setup of corruption and how monies disappear so that even the last person back in the village does not get that money. So the president has a very huge responsibility to monitor those monies so that he's not really, but a good thing is that the president has demonstrated that he's a hands-on person. So maybe based on that we can have hope that these projects are going to roll out as intended. If you look at that issue of affordable housing, I kind of have a problem with its sustainability in terms of how it's going to be beneficial for the people who come on board. Let's say, for instance, if you are paying that nationalized mortgage of 5,000 per month, maybe for a one-bedroom, I think it was a one-bedroom unit. So, like, let's say, take for instance, in 10 years, you'll have paid around 600,000 towards that. So, you know, you need like around 50 years to be able to pay the cost of that. So if in 10 years, what you'll have paid towards your mortgage is around 600,000, 582,000 around there, if you do the maths real quick. So that might not really, so for you, let's say the cost of that house is 4 million or 3 million. So it will really take you a very long time to be able to meet that. So and you know, when you look at the terms and conditions of mortgages, if you defer at a certain point, then the property is clawed back to the lending agency. We need a clear vision of how that will be panning out. Yeah, so that is really what I have a problem with. But those are modalities that can be sought out. However, I look at it as sort of popularistic in terms of making the hustlers believe they can own a house, but then we have to examine the journey that this person is going to take. You know, in this country, there are things that are very easy to start, but finishing is a problem. So there's a certain product you can be easily onboarded onto the project, onto the product, but then your journey from that point onwards. And then we have regime changes. So what if a different regime comes and they have a different mindset about affordable housing? So what is the eventuality of people that will have already contributed to this scheme and they have already dug into their pocket? So there's just some nitty-gritties that need to be ironed out, though that's really a very nice project. So much of these projects or much of this vision that the president has for the country are very fundamental things, are very enriching things, especially for the common mwananchi. But there has to be a secondary step of just making sure it works the way it is intended.